Hi guys, my name is Gina, and today it's a really weird intro. I just did my makeup, just removed all my makeup, and was planning on doing one of those intros that are like, if you're interested in seeing this look, continue watching. But I forgot to film that before I removed the makeup. So today, I'm going to be using those Colourpop products that I opened in a previous video to see how I feel about Colourpop. So if you guys are interested in seeing a cool makeup look, which will be in the little picture of this video, please stay tuned to watch that. Thanks. Okay, so we are all ready to start our makeup. I went ahead and quickly filled in my brows and put on the e.l.f. No Pore Putty Primer on my face just to get a good base to start off this video. Like I mentioned before, we're going to use mostly just Colourpop products. I didn't purchase everything in their line because I did feel like I have like a lot of other products I just don't want to purchase more of. So we're going to start off with this first guy. This is the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. So here is this guy. I did get it in their Fair 30N shade. I really hope this is gonna match, and I am just gonna use one of my blenders to put this on, and I haven't used it yet, so here is what it came out to be. It's very liquidy, and just get started by putting this on my face. Ooh. So this is my normal routine for foundations. I put it on the sponge and then on my face, so I'm not doing anything out of the blue, and I do put it over my eyes, which I know a lot of people kind of steer away from that, but you know, I'm cool with it, so I do it. So this seems to be picking up. I don't know if you're able to tell on all of my imperfections, so it's picking up on any like facial hair I have, any little bumps on my skin. I'm not feeling it too much. It has a decent amount of coverage, but I don't think the amount that I would like to see. Like that was 2 pumps, and I feel like, so I didn't touch my forehead at all, but I feel like my face can get a whole lot more of it, and this is a wet sponge that usually doesn't soak up too much product. So I'm gonna put a whole nother pump on here and put a little on my forehead and try to get like more in my cheek area. So I think I hate it. Honestly. It's very not, it's my correct color, which is awesome. I do typically very well choosing my own color online. I'm a very easy match. But it makes me look oily. Like I feel like I need a lot of setting powder in order to make this look more wearable, which I think that is ridiculous. The good thing though is I don't plan on using any concealer today. And it did okay in my dark circles. I don't think it has too much coverage. It has enough for me and what I am looking for today. So if you are into like a very lightweight foundation, this is definitely the one to go for. And maybe this just shouldn't be applied with a sponge. But I really hate applying my foundation with a brush. I used to do it all the time, but it's not really for me, and this just isn't blending out super good. So I'm just gonna pat this on like crazy, hoping that it kind of starts looking a little better. I don't have high hope. Which stinks, because I typically like a lot of foundations. Maybe it's just like too dewy for me. I do typically buy more on the matte side, so I don't know how I feel about it. Let me put on my glasses, see if it's like any different. I just look really oily, and typically I'm pretty matte, so it's weird to look oily. So I don't think we're going to do any highlighter today because that would just be crazy, but I am just going to quickly go in with my Nomad palette and do some bronzer, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with a little bit of bronzer, and we are going to go in with the blush that I picked out. So here's the color. This is their pressed powder blush in shade Desert Rose. So I've only recently have been interested in blushes, so I definitely don't apply these correctly, but I'm going to pick up a very little bit on the brush I typically would use, and I just go in like right here. That is a very natural blush if I ever seen one, especially to a lighter skin tone. Honestly, I'm not mad at this. I thought I would be because the foundation was pretty bad, but I'm not mad at this, which is really nice. So when I go in for this blush, I try to focus it on like the rosy parts, but I also blend it out. I don't know if that is frowned upon or not, but that's just what I do and kind of what makes my face look a little more natural. I definitely put way too much on this side though. So I'm gonna see what I can do about blending that. Get a little off on my finger. Or maybe I'll just even it out. So I have a very rosy complexion. I am just gonna quickly put on highlighter, even if this is a very dewy foundation. I'm just gonna quickly use my Ofra highlighter. This is my strong go-to, and put it right here too. Just so you're not surprised when I do like a full face of like what it all ends up looking like. Because this is something that I enjoy. I put a little on my nose and a little on my lip. The foundation didn't do so good. So there is that part of my face. The next part, I guarantee, is the more fun part. We are going to start looking in our eyeshadows. So I purchased 3 palettes. I purchased their whole tie-dye collection, all 3 of those. And then I also got the glitter collection. So I think what I'm going to do is 2 different eye looks. I'll do one eye and then the other eye. That limits me to probably only 2 palettes. So I'm going to quickly take a peek at these and see what I really want to do with them. I think because I typically don't do anything with these colors, I'm going to use their, what is this one called? Aura and Out, and their In a Trance palette. So this will be each eye. Yeah, I think that'll definitely be interesting, and then I'll use some glitter in the other ones. So I'm gonna start with the In a Trance palette, and I can't see these shade names. I know I mentioned before I'm super blind, but I think I'm gonna go in with Future Self, put that all on my like whole lid, and then put in Transcend Dance, which is this darker blue in the outer corner, and maybe blend in your own power in the middle or in the inner crease, and then put some glitter on it too. So that is my game plan. So let's just get started with it. I'm gonna use a really big fluffy brush and pick up some powder. Now this looks very chalky in the pan, but let's hope for the best. So this definitely is a color that I feel like you need to like super pack it on to get anything out of it. It is very light. So I dipped in like 3 times already. And it's still, it isn't wowing me by any factor. It's there, which is nice, but it's not wowing me. So that is our base. And then I'm gonna go in with the darker color with the same exact brush and put that on more of the outer corner. Okay, so this is the pigment that I was expecting out of the first one. The first one was way more pigmented like this. I don't think I would have any issue. It is blending nicely together though. Okay, awesome. I'm gonna put a little bit more on. And luckily for me, because I always do my face first, there is like no fallout. With any fallout that I get, I usually just go in with a powder brush and brush it away, and it goes off pretty easily though. Okay, awesome. So now I'm gonna go in with kind of this, I'm gonna go in with this like thinner brush and go in underneath my eye with that same darker blue color. Just so I can get my lower lash done. I don't know if you're fully able to see what I'm doing. Maybe I'll move closer from my other eye. But then I'm gonna go in with another kind of fluffier brush. I'm actually gonna grab this pink that's in the corner, the Daydream Baby. Get that on my brush, and I'm gonna put that on the inner, I think. Let's see where this kind of gets me. I'm also gonna put it in the inner corner. Okay, so I'm feeling that together so far, but just to add the little bit of flair, I'm gonna open up the glitter palette, and I think I'm gonna put in some of this shade at the bottom. There's no shades to these, sadly. I'm gonna put in some of that one. I was playing with this the other day. It didn't really come off well with my fingers, so I think I'm gonna start off with a brush, and if I don't like it, then do my finger with it. I really don't know how to get these on your eye good. So it's very chunky, but it is on my brush. We're gonna go ahead and just pack in glitter in the middle. Honestly, that didn't go in horrible. It's not as much as I wanted. Let me see what glitter is in this one. So this one has the All Aura Again glitter in it, so I'm gonna grab some of that one too, maybe. Whew. That one's a chunky boy. So here's it on my brush. I'm gonna put that also in the same area, if I can manage. It's very, very chunky, so I'm gonna go in with my finger and kind of dab it out if I can. And there is the first eye. So I'm gonna quickly swap my brushes and we'll do the second eye with the other palette. Okay, so for this one, I did want to move up a whole lot closer so you do get a better look of what I'm doing, and you can fully see that the skin doesn't look super great, but it looks okay enough. So the second palette that I decided to work with was the Aura and Out palette. So because I use a lot of pinks and peaches all the time, so I didn't want to dip too much into this one. So the game plan for this eye, and I'm going to start with Solar Hour, put that all over the lid, and then go in with maybe darker green, or maybe we'll do multiple colors. I have no idea, but let's just get started with it. Let me see what I'm gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna grab a big fluffy brush and start just with Solar Hour all over my eye and see where that starts to get me. So I'm thinking maybe these eyeshadows would put down a lot better if I had eye primer on. I don't currently have eye primer on. I wasn't planning on wearing this look for long, mostly just for the video, and then take it off because I am trying to get good skin right now. But I think it would pick up a whole lot better if I did have that on, which I don't know what that means, but okay. But the next one I'm going to use is Healing Heart, and that is like a neon green. I'm going to use that in the outer, I think, and start putting it towards the middle, and maybe put it even darker, do like a smoky eye button green. But, oh, that one laid down beautifully. So with that, I don't know how I feel about these. But then I'm going to also grab the Soul Sister, that's the darker green, and then put that outer more than this. I don't know how well that looks, so I'm going to grab kind of like a smaller fluffy brush. This darker green does not like picking up like at all. So I don't know if you see me doing that. I have like barely anything on my brush. So it's definitely there, but it's not picking up bold. It has like a very interesting holographic like tint to it that I just wasn't expecting. I'm gonna try to grab some more. And I'm wondering if this is their Super Shock Shadows. So I know that is something that they sometimes do feature in their palettes, and I know a lot of people say you gotta apply those differently than normal eyeshadows, but I don't know. I'm gonna try it with my finger, I think. So like on my finger, that is the color that I wanted for my eye, but it wasn't coming out. Okay, that's definitely a lot more. I just don't think it was as dark as I would want it to be, but you know, we gotta work with it. The next shade I'm gonna try to grab into is then, I think the blue that's in the corner, which is Vibes. And I'm gonna put that on top, which sounds kind of weird, but you know, we're just going for it today. And it's kind of towards the eyebrow, and I'm gonna do it as an inner corner. And then we're also gonna do it on like a thinner brush as the underneath of the eye color. Okay. And lastly, we are going to go into another glitter for this eye. I'm going to put it kind of in the inner corner for this look. I'm going to grab, let me look. I'm going to grab this gold at the top for this. And I am just going to put it on my finger. So here it is. And then we're going to put it kind of where that lighter yellowish green is, right here. Just put that on close to the lash line. Just kind of like that. So that is what we're doing for the eye look. I'm going to quickly throw on some eyeliner and mascara, and I'll be back to finish up the look. Okay, so I put on eyeliner and then one of my favorite Tarte mascaras. The eyeliner is making it to my favorites bag that I use more often. My dogs are about to bark. There's another dog walking past. But with it, it's so interesting. I thought it was gonna be like, from this thing, I thought it was gonna be like a marker tip, but it's actually like a paintbrush. I wanted to see if I'm gonna be able to show you this at all. So if like I move it, I don't know if you're able to see that, but there's little hairs to it, which is really interesting, and it made the application so super, super easy. And I really like that liner. So the last thing we're gonna do is honestly my least favorite part about makeup in general, and we're gonna put on our Ultra Matte Lip from them. I hate lips so much. Lip products are like my worst enemy, and this one looks super liquidy, so we're gonna have a good time. If I can put the mirror the correct way. So we're just gonna apply this to do our final little part of this review. It is so liquidy. I don't do any lip liner because I hate my lips so much. Okay, so I messed up a little bit right here. Okay. So that is it for this makeup look. I'll do a little close-up of my eyes for you guys. The eyes, I think, turned out beautifully. I love the blush. The lip I actually don't hate. It's really liquidy, and I thought I was gonna hate it, but it dries down really nice and there's nothing on my teeth. So that means it's a good lip product. I do absolutely hate this foundation though. I think going forward, using an eye primer is best for Colourpop, and right now I have some weird lines going on in me. But I do think I will give our eyeshadows another chance because I used to hate them, and I think now I'm just gonna avoid their foundations, but maybe pick up more of their blushes to see how I feel about them. And I was also planning on picking up a freckle pen, but those were all sold out at the time. But yeah, that is it for today. If you guys are interested in seeing more makeup looks, please let me know down below, or more like product reviews, just let me know. I am currently trying to post about 3 to 4 times a week, So if you guys are interested in seeing more videos of me, please subscribe. Thanks.